Welcome back to Page to Picture, the podcast where books come to life on screen and in conversation. I am your host, Kim, and today's guest is a rising star in the world of dark romantic suspense, where love isn't easy, trust is questionable, and danger is basically a third main character. Her stories blend high stake tensions with intense, addictive chemistry, pulling readers into worlds filled with secrets, shadows, and characters who are just a little bit broken, but in the best way. Her debut, Broken Rules of the Hunt, throws readers into a story where two people on opposite sides of crime are forced together and things only get messier from there. MC Paas, welcome to Page to Picture podcast.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. This is so exciting. It's been in the works for us to get together and have a conversation. I'm so glad that we were finally able to do it. And I'm so glad that you're here. Let's start with your origin story. So, you started writing at 14. What sparked your love for storytelling so early on? And how did you get to writing your novel?
It's actually, I think the best way of explaining it is writing for me is my therapy.
Mm-hmm.
So back in the day when I was a teenager, 14, therapy wasn't the thing around here
Yeah.
because I'm from it was a former Soviet Union time, so everybody who had any kind of mental issues were just locked away. So we have
Yeah.
come a long
Kept it
way
to
now.
yourself.
Yes. So it had a lot of stigma in it.
Mhm.
People my age, we started to write poems. So we put all of our pain into poems. I do have a lot of poems as well written. They're um, very dark, darker than Edgar Allan Poe. So it's very dark. So and uh, and I and those characters. Why I started writing novels is that just got this weird feeling that I need to get something out. I need to get this
Mhm.
story out. And the way the story starts to live in my head, it's always like that. The story starts to live in my head first, and then it just formulates at some point, and then I sit down and then I write it.
And it just
So
comes out. Yeah,
it
you're
just
like, I
comes
have
out.
to get
Yeah.
these characters and I have to get this story out of my head or it's gonna just like live there and
Yeah.
they're gonna keep talking to me.
Exactly. And but back in the day, it wasn't exactly like that. But I think it's more like it was the perfect escape, I guess,
Yeah,
from the real world, which was a
of
really
course.
difficult place to live in as a teenager. Like it's very hard still as a
Yeah,
teenager.
to even
Yes. So
as an adult till it's very hard
yeah,
to live in this
it's
world.
it hasn't gone any easier. So yeah, it's like my escape, and I guess it just went on from there.
Wow. So let's talk about your book series. So, if you had to pitch the Undercrowd Elite series to someone new, what would you say? What is this book series about for those who don't know?
I think I will lend my top one fans' words. It's Mission Impossible
Mhm.
with romance.
Yes, 100%. It definitely is. And it's also
Yes.
kind of like Mission Impossible meets like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, where they're kind of like against each other.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, there's romance and like from the very beginning of book one, he's like obsessed with her.
Yes. It's exactly like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's Atomic Blonde, Born Identity, because they have secret
Yes.
identities. This is very much like that. Uh,
I
Mission Impossible for romance, for
love that.
romance lovers.
I love that. That's a great way to put it and a great way to make people interested. You're like, if you like this movie, but you also love romance, this is the perfect book.
Yes. And the first book is very much like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. The
Hmm.
second one is If Cinderella meets Fight Club.
I mean, sold, right? That's like the
Yeah.
best, the best way to put it.
Yeah.
So your books there is a darker, high stakes kind of world. Like you said, it's very like Mission Impossible, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, agencies. What inspired you to go through this route of a darker, higher stakes type of world?
I'm a super fan of these kind of films, I guess.
Hmm.
And how to say, my father was a policeman,
Hmm.
and during a very weird time in Estonia. So we had, I guess that a lot of it is from not exactly from my experience, but what could be my experience. Because
Mhm.
I see, like, the things I've seen, I don't think that most of people from normal places have seen. Like, I lived in back in the day, it was a ghetto when I was living,
Mhm.
because the Soviet time was also leaving, and so there was a lot of crime, and crime was
Right.
normal. It was like normal that you went home from school and someone followed you, and
Oh
then
my gosh.
yeah, yes, and someone shot at our window, so we had like a bullet hole in our window for quite a lot of time, a long
Oh my
time, because well,
god.
we didn't even fix it or something, and then
You're
like
like, "It'll probably happen again. Why are we gonna fix it?"
yeah, so it was like that. It was a very, very dangerous time, and so I think
Mhm.
it's just also something that needed to get out, and I guess it just manifested 20 years
Yeah,
later.
a bit of it's sort of a bit of, a little bit experience and but also something you love those types of films and, um, it's like, why not write something that you know, that you love, right? That's kind of I love, like, a darker, high stakes world vibe kind of book. What makes your take on dark romantic suspense different from others in that genre? Like, how do you feel yours separates from everyone else's?
I think one of the very particular things that I do is I teeter on the brink of trigger warnings. So I have a
Mhm,
lot of triggering topics, but I'm
mhm.
really good at writing them not triggering. And
Right.
and this is one of the things that definitely uh, sets me like it's a difference. But definitely a lot of fans have said as well that they have never read something quite like this.
Mhm.
It's new, it's fresh, it's weirdly, it hasn't been done before, like this kind of a
I
spy
agree.
romance.
I agree. I have not read I was, like, thinking back because we do interviews, I always think back, like, have I read something similar? And I don't think I've read, like, a spy romance, and I was like, "Oh, I feel like I have, but maybe I've just watched a lot of spy romance, and that's what I'm thinking." But I never read it, and I want to congratulate you and give you your flowers because I really enjoyed your writing style. I enjoyed
Thank you.
the way you describe everything, and then all the characters that you bring in is very easy to follow. You're very already, like, very early on invested in each of these characters, and you're just kind of going along with how will this end? What's gonna happen to everybody? You know what I mean? You write
Mhm.
it very well, and like you said, you do have a lot of trigger warnings, but you do very a good job of, like, teetering that, like, trigger warning situation, and, I mean, no trigger warnings don't bother me when I read a book. For me, I joke about it, and I'm just like, "I love a book with trigger warnings because that means you guys are going, like, beyond, right, when you're writing your stories, so I love a book with trigger warnings. But yeah, I just wanna let you know, like, I really enjoyed your writing skills and the way you tell a story, so very, very nice.
There's also one extra thing that I do as well is like I like to write life as it is. Like it
Mhm,
has to be very realistic for me. So yeah, but also one of I have to say here as well that my editor,
mhm,
I think she's from Nashville or anyway, she is a brilliant woman. And
mhm.
she is the one, like, I write the story and she makes it this as it is. Like it's I think that
Yeah,
without her, I don't think that my stories would be that good, because she makes me question everything. And yeah,
and that's
so she's
good, that's
she's
good. My god, well, shout out to your editor, I love a good editor.
yeah, she's also doing like work for V Keeland and Penelope Ward, I think, and Helena Hunting. So she's, I don't know why she even took me. I was like, so do you take these indie writers as well?
Yeah,
I
she's
wrote
like,
her a
"Yes,
letter.
come on."
Yeah, and now I'm there and I'm super happy because she really gets my writing and she really, really enhances it.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. You're like, I write what's in my brain and I put it
Hmm.
all down, and then your editor just really helps, like, sharpen it and helps you, like, re-question it
Hmm.
in the best way though, right? To make it
Yeah.
even better than what it was. Shout out to all the editors out there because I know there's a lot of editors that are just, like, amazing from when I talk to authors.
Yeah. Editors are the ones who make authors' thoughts readable for other
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. I agree. What draws you? I mean, you shared a little bit with about your life, but what draws you to writing morally gray or broken characters? So I feel like a lot of authors, they either write the golden retriever, cinnamon roll characters, and then there's the other half that writes like that morally gray broken characters that I'm sorry, but I'm obsessed with and I love morally gray characters. So what drew you to writing those type of characters?
First of all, I think those characters are more interesting. That is
Yes.
definitely one of the things because I like the more complexity a character has,
Hmm.
uh, and definitely when you have darker aspects, then there's this balance between good and evil. It has
Hmm.
always, I think, it always kind of it fascinates people that the balance between good and bad, and I think I'm also fascinated by it. And from what moment that you're telling the person is bad, is he morally gray? Because I definitely go to the morally gray. I can't do like very bad people. I couldn't justify it in my head.
Right.
But then again, it's also like people are never, yes, there are bad people as well, but most of the
Mhm.
time also the criminals, like I think like Don Corleone or like mafia people, like they're not
Yes.
bad people because they also have family and they have very strong family ties, and they
Right.
have they can be very passionate about crime, but they're also passionate about love, and they might be very good people at home, and
Right.
this is the work. So I guess I think like these complex characters, they draw me in. They draw me in, and I guess that I cannot write golden retrievers because I think they annoy me as humans as
Yeah.
well. Like I cannot
You know
read
what?
this moment.
Yeah.
They annoy me.
You know what? I totally agree, and I feel like there's something about morally gray characters that feel realistic to the real world because not everybody is, perfect or like cinnamon type, or there are some morally gray people in this real world, and I feel like it's just kind of relatable. But yeah, we love a morally gray character, so that's fine with us.
Yeah.
Why do you think readers are so drawn to dark romance right now? It's a very like dark romance is very, especially like I feel like recently it's been like very popular on social media and on like book talk, um, which is great. I love dark romance. So why do you think readers are so drawn to that?
My personal take on that is that finally that is finally universally accepted that females
Hmm.
can fantasize
Yes.
in this space. This is a safe space where to fantasize about having a mafia prince as your BF. I don't think that 99% of book talkers would actually go with this red flag guy ever. But having the space where to fantasize about it, it's freedom, and that it's finally okay to do that. And I guess that this is more people are finding that freedom inside of those books, and it's not stigmatized anymore that, oh, this is
Yes.
smut, you read only smut. Some people still try to do that, and they try to smut shame you. but
Yes. Yes.
yeah, but in book talk, it's fine. It doesn't matter what kind of books you read. As long as you read, you will find a safe space with those like-minded people who like to read and fantasize inside of
I
this safe
agree.
space. I guess that this is the thing.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree that, and I mean, you can also see it throughout. the world, there's all these book events that are even just primarily dark romance themed, smut themed, right? Like, and there's a lot of fans that go out there, a lot of readers, and you find this community and you feel accepted, you don't feel ashamed. You feel like you can dress up however you want to dress up. And I think it's just beautiful. Dark romance is very beautiful. Like,
It is, and it gives us this. Yes, it gives us fantasies that wouldn't be maybe normal otherwise. In real life,
yeah.
I don't think that dark romance is. This is a red flag. Never, never, never.
Yeah, please.
I have a very healthy, I have a very healthy relationship, and there is like no red flags whatsoever. I wouldn't, but I really occasionally love a very dark romantic book to be in that space
Yes.
myself.
She's like, "Let's put it out there right now. If there's red flags in real life, do
Yeah,
not go." Like,
yeah,
but if you wanna fantasize about it in your books and escape in your books, then that's completely understandable and that's okay.
yes.
Um, so what is something do you think people misunderstand? I mean, we were just talking about there are still people who, smut shame those who read these type of books. And what is something you think people misunderstand about the dark romance as a genre? Because I feel if you haven't read them, there's something that you just wouldn't understand as somebody who if you've not read these type of books because there's more. And I tell my husband all the time, he makes fun of me, but like in truth he loves that I'm reading it, he doesn't care. But I tell him, I was like, there's more than just the spice. There's more to it. There's more to the characters. There's an actual storyline happening. And then in the middle, there's like romance, right? There's spice. But what do you feel is like people misunderstand about the genre?
I think it's bigger than that. I think
Mhm.
people like to contradict stuff.
Mhm.
They people those words why they went away. So people judge what they don't understand.
Yes.
I think this is the key word here. They judge you no matter what. So people who read like English classics will definitely judge you. Actually, I don't know even. I think a well-read person who reads across genres won't judge you for reading
Mhm.
smut like a normal person who understands that book world is that wide for everyone. Because like
Mhm.
I don't remember, like I don't know exactly how long time ago was Decameron written. It was a very long time ago. So smut,
Mhm.
to be honest, smut. Uh, I had a TikTok live, and someone asked me about smut, and smut actually comes from 1600s or something like that. It's the word has been a long, like a long. It has a
Wow.
long history,
Right.
and I guess that there is this. I don't know why people have need to judge people. I guess that this is if you have something missing in your own life, then you are
Yep.
like getting into other people's lives, and this is not okay. I guess that
Mhm.
every single person has the freedom and should have the freedom to read everything and anything that isn't hurting anyone. This is also
Yes.
a key word there because smut usually it's not hurting anyone. If it's still those boundaries, those hard boundaries,
Right.
that's not like probably understand what I'm talking about. Like
No, yeah, I do.
yes, those
Yeah.
those those boundaries that no one should ever touch. But I think that a lot of people won't be able to read dark romance because they
Mhm.
don't really like it. It's too dark for them, so they have
Right.
this nice romance to read. I have a lot of people like that who read other kind of genres,
Mhm.
and also have friends who don't judge me, but they try to read my book and says, no, 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 too much sex. No, 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 no. And they didn't read like it was the first paragraph, and I was like, "There is no sex there. What are you talking about?" But she was like, "No, no, 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 no. This is your thing. This is not my thing." But she's an open person, and she's like,
Right.
"Well, if you like it, if you want it, if it makes you happy, go for it. It's not hurting
Yeah.
anyone." So I
I
guess yeah,
agree.
people judge what they don't understand, and the world would be a better place if we stop judging normal stuff that's still inside of normal bubble.
I agree. Beautifully well said. I love it. I definitely agree with everything that you said, and I love when you said it's not hurting anyone. And you're right. I'm just sitting here reading my book. I shouldn't Nobody should be ashamed of hiding your cover like this, oh my gosh, she's reading that book. No, you should be like, this is what I enjoy to read, and it's out there for everybody, right? I mean, anybody could read. There's so many different genres. And dark romance, yes, it's for some people and it's not for some people, and that is okay. And I also want people to know that, like, it's okay if you don't like dark romance. Like, I have a book club with a couple of people, and my sister and I, like, we love dark romance, but like two other people, they really don't. So we try to, like, okay, when we pick a book, we try to please everybody because it's not for everybody, and that is okay as well, right?
Mhm.
So I think it was beautifully said. So jumping back into your book series real quick, I want to know, which character would you personally fall for? Like, who is your favorite character in your series that you're just like, I love this person?
I love Phoenix from the second book.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
Yeah, she's just she she came to me really, and because of her, I actually went while I was starting to write it. I actually started to do kickboxing because it's about underground MMA fighters. And I got
Yes.
myself a personal trainer who I like pestered all the time. I was like, "Oh, I'm a writer, so just just gonna ask you like those random questions." And because he was also a competing athlete, so I could
Mhm.
ask him like when he was on a remission and like preparing for a fight, like what does it mean, how do you feel, like these kind of things. And this is like I really like loved it. And I did it for Phoenix while I'm still going at it because I really loved kickboxing, and now I'm kickboxing for fun. uh so yeah, I think that yeah, Phoenix is definitely a girl I really. And about the men, I think Phoenix's serpent is also definitely from the second book. I don't know why. I think that I had so much fun writing that banter. Like their
Mhm.
banter is off the charts. It's like in the first book, they're both characters are more reserved. They're just like
Mhm.
they're becoming themselves. But
Right.
in the second book, Phoenix is already like she has come through hell. She has literally like that her whole life has been hell. And now she's like, I'm not gonna bow to any man. Never ever again.
Yeah.
And this kind of a and Serpent is like, oh, I'm like you, this alpha male. Yes, you're gonna be served. You're gonna be served,
Yeah.
man. And I think this is like when two very strong characters get together who haven't, fallen on their mouths. In Estonia, we say
Mhm.
like they haven't fallen on their mouths, which means that they're just like they're not gonna shut up about anything. It's like if they don't like it, they're
Right.
just gonna say. So this is yeah, Phoenix and Serpent, but definitely Phoenix is my all-time favorite.
Your favorite. I love that. Can
Mhm.
you describe your series in 3 words?
It's the dark romance are two different words, like three words. Three words that would describe. Yeah, I would say uh,
Mhm.
rule.
Yeah, perfect.
I
I
guess
love
that
that,
this is yeah.
perfect.
If it's only three words, then strong women rule,
Yes,
and they do in my books.
yes, I love that. Um, what advice do you have for other authors or inspiring authors who want to write or are just starting off writing?
Best advice that I have is just write.
Mhm.
That's it. For everything else, you have other people to help you. You have beta readers, you have editors, you have like alpha readers, like you have all kinds of people there. The most
Right.
important thing that you can do, and you have to write that story. Just write. I think that is it. Get over yourself and just start writing and write. Finish the story.
I
That's
love
it.
it. Just don't make it any harder. Just
Yeah.
write whatever's in your head. Just write it down. Even if it doesn't go anywhere, just get it out and write it.
Yeah, stop overthinking it, because I was overthinking. Like, I have a fantasy trilogy in my
Hmm.
drawer. It has like, I think, 250,000 words altogether. It's like, but I'm overthinking it. And
Right.
I haven't still done anything with it. Like, I wrote it for 15 years, and it's still in my drawer because I'm
Oh my,
still overthinking about it.
overthinking it.
Yeah. And then I wrote broken like Undercrowd Elite, and it was like
Hmm.
pow pow pow. Like 4 months the story was down, and then started editing. So it's like, no
You're
15
like
years. Oh,
this one in my drawer. This one in
yeah.
my drawer. I just have not finished. I cannot.
Exactly. I can, and because I'm still overthinking, it's like
Yeah.
it's gonna take another 5 before I get this out, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that helps bring in my next question is what is your like what are you working on next? So you've got these two book series. What is coming up for you now?
So in September, I started to write a third book for Undercrowd Elite,
Mhm.
and then I finished the first part. It's going to be a duology, accidentally. The first, like, I wrote, and then at 77,000 words, it's kind of like, all right, this ended now. Okay. But I'm feeling that I have another book in me. So actually, I'm writing the first draft of the second part of the duology.
Wow,
So
I
yeah,
love that.
it's gonna be very different because these are in third person, but the duology is going to be the first in first person. And
That.
yeah,
Yeah. Is that harder for you? Was it easier for you writing in third person and is first person harder? Or is it just the way that the story is coming out that it has to be written that?
I think that this is particular to the story because my fantasy trilogy is also in first person, and one person is
Hmm.
talking the whole time.
Yes.
So in here, in Undercrowd Elite, in third person, those two characters were talking, and I think that the world building is much easier in third person.
Yes.
It's kind of, you can create like a movie like flow in your heads, in your readers' heads, with third
Yeah.
person. With first person, you create emotions and you create these
Hmm.
very deep feelings for those characters. So, but I don't know why they started to speak with me in first person. So it's gonna be in first
That's the way
person.
it's going to be first person.
Yeah, and
I totally understand what you're saying. Yes.
yeah. So in the first book, mostly the woman is speaking, and the man is just coming in like half a paragraph. So you just get like a glimpse of him because he's not really speaking that much during that time. And the second part in duology, second
Hmm.
part, he's actually having bigger chapters, like talking from
Wow.
his
It's
side as
more
well.
his. Yes.
Yeah. So it's gonna be like, it's gonna be very different again, because this is how it just comes out of my head, I guess.
Works out.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
Well, we no, I totally understand it. After doing so many interviews with authors, I get it, and I'm starting to like understand thought process of authors. So what you saying that, I totally understand what you're saying, and we are very excited to see what you have coming up next, and we're very excited to read your next stories and all the stories that you have coming in the future. So we are here, we are fans, and we are very excited for you. With that being said, that does wrap up our episode. But before we go, MC, this is your time to share your social media accounts, your websites, any events you have coming up. Like, this is the time to let all of our listeners know.
So my website is mcpaaswrites.com. So in there you can sign up for newsletter, and in that newsletter I usually share all kinds of events that are coming up. I'm not going to be coming to US anytime soon, but I'm going to go to UK in July.
I
So
don't blame you. To be honest, I do not blame you.
exactly. I would have even wanted to do this a draw for a book or something, but I cannot
Uh
send
huh.
anything to US. Our postal office said like no.
Yeah, I
I cannot
totally
send
do
any
get it.
parcels there. So it's a little bit of a, so yeah. But yeah, so mcpaaswrites.com, and I'm in Instagram as well, MC Paas, the lower thing, hyphen, the lower
The
hyphen,
underscore?
underscore. Yes, that one.
Underscore.
Yes, MC Paas underscore author. And in TikTok, I'm just MC Paas. So yeah, it's you can find me. I don't think that there is any other MC Passes out there. So I'm
Beautiful.
very easy to find. And if you go to my website, then all the socials are there as well, and you can click to fast order the books and stuff. So yeah,
Perfect.
this is
Yeah, and
it.
we will make sure at the end of in our show notes, we will post all of your social media and we will also post your website so that our listeners can easily just click it from there.
Mhm.
And then we will also share on our social media pages also. MC, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. You were so
Thank you.
great. This was such a great conversation. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, rate, and leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Add official page to picture for book to screen updates, behind the scenes content, and author interviews. Thank you again, MC. I hope you had a great time on the podcast.
I did. Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you for being here. And to our listeners, we will catch you next time on Page to Picture. Bye.